I'm not saying that Scottie Barnes is a bust.
Tax, kicks, and batted away. Butler. Barnes. But man, oh man, he's rolling now. 34th game of the season. Barnes turns, fires.
Judging by my last video on Cade Cunningham, I know I'm going to get killed by Raptors fans. Actually, I expect it to be a lot worse because I've repeatedly said in the past that Toronto Raptors fans, although some of them have the highest IQ in the game, I think, the majority of Raptors fans are completely insufferable. However, where they were in the draft with the 4th overall pick, yeah, they made the right pick. Similar to Cade Cunningham, Scottie Barnes has a lot of potential but does struggle often because of his experience and size. Nick Nurse often has him guarding the 5, which is a very interesting thing considering he's a little too small and a little too weak to do so. My biggest offensive worry about Scottie Barnes is questioning whether or not he has the ability to create his own shot. Unlike Cade Cunningham, where I've seen flashes of it, he doesn't remind me of a Jason Tatum type, so I'm curious, what type of player can Scottie Barnes become? We're going to be taking a deeper look into Scottie Barnes' game. If you're new here, hi, my name is TPR. Welcome to the Per Sources YouTube channel. Before we dive right in, let me know, do you think Scottie Barnes is the best rookie of his draft class? And what do you think his ceiling is? Let's get right to it, guys. Leave it to Toronto to be the surprise of the draft. When everyone had them taking Suggs, they took Scottie Barnes. The only kid in the NBA whose smile can rival Andrew Wiggins. When Raptors fans are asked what they think about Scottie Barnes live, well, they don't really have a response yet because they just haven't seen him. However, the addition of Scottie Barnes is a big reason why they are 3 games above 500 on the road. Although they're probably going to finish right around 7th, no one in the top of the East really wants to face Toronto. They're tough. And Scottie Barnes, he's tough. With the combination of an elite NBA body and a high basketball IQ, Scottie Barnes is going to be a problem in the NBA for years to come. The first thing that stood out to me is how much of a willing passer he is and how high his basketball IQ is on both ends of the court. Guys, it's very hard to find selfless guys that are just going to compete for every single possession, every 50-50 ball, try to get offensive rebounds, and fight just for every possession. That's so rare to find in today's NBA. Combine that with the ability to knock down the 3 ball, yeah, Scottie Barnes is impressive. My only question while watching the Raptors is, I wonder if they were looking to draft the best player available or the best fit for them. Luckily, I think they found both of those in Scottie Barnes. In fact, I'd argue that Scottie Barnes' statistics would significantly go up if the Raptors were not near the bottom in assist percentage. Barnes is not just a shooter, he is a very willing attacker. It's only a matter of time before teams have to start throwing their best defenders at him. Defending him is only going to get harder as he continues to evolve as a passer. He is a very willing passer and his basketball IQ impresses me every time I watch him. Scottie Barnes is one of those guys that you're going to hear people say he's playing years ahead of his age. And perhaps it's his basketball maturity that allows him to have ice in his veins. Unfortunately, with the presence of VanVleet and Siakam, the ball is not in his hands as much as I'd like it to be. Even when it is, he doesn't do much wrong. Definitely has the occasional rookie turnovers, but I do expect that to get better as he gets used to the speed of the NBA game. I think he's also a little bit predictable because of his inability to create his own shot. That side of his game definitely has a long way to go. Combine that with his body, it's going to be hard for him to score at times if people aren't creating for him, and that can make him a little bit predictable. And then there are times where I think he should attack instead of maybe try to make the pass. Giving up opportunities against good teams is only going to lead to turnovers later on. Overall, I'm a fan of his game. I just like to see him get a little bit stronger and get better at creating his own shot. Moving on to his defensive strengths, I think Scottie has a lot of potential in this area. Not only does he have the size to be a great defender, I think his high basketball IQ really helps him here. For better or worse, Scottie Barnes is always looking to help on the defensive end. And quite often, it pays dividends for the Raptors. His eyes and feet are always moving. He's guarding multiple different positions, whether it's the guard or the center. I mean, the ability to even guard Bam Adebayo and help and do things like that, it's asking a lot from a rookie. And even when he makes defensive mistakes, he has the ability to correct it with his speed. He's just a freak of an athlete, and he can really recover very quickly and make stops for the Raptors. And one last skill set I'd like to point out about Scottie Barnes. Believe it or not, guys, boxing out in the NBA is kind of a lost art, and I like to see that Scottie Barnes does it. He forgets to do it late in games, but he does it for the most part. He has the tools to be a good defender, and I'm sure if you ask Raptors fans, they tell you he's already the defensive player of the year. Just because Nick Nurse asks him to guard Adebayo doesn't mean he can, and I would call this a welcome to the NBA moment. Just like any other rookie, he has a lot to learn. This is the NBA. Guys can do multiple things. Quite honestly, he needs to get a little bit tougher as well. Duncan Robinson is not that strong, but look how well that screen works against Scottie Barnes. And then there are other moments where Scottie Barnes loses sight of his man. People are always moving off the ball. This is the NBA. It's a recurring theme for Barnes, who's always looking to help. Sometimes you need to worry about your own man. The NBA is difficult, guys. People are always moving off the ball. They're a lot faster, they jump a lot higher, and most importantly, you cannot be jumping every time someone pump fakes you. It's a recurring theme with Scottie Barnes. You can tell he has some bad habits from college, and yes, he is going to improve at them. Now look at this play. He's always trying almost not to foul Bam Adebayo. I wish he'd do what Van Fleet would do. Sometimes you just have to have quick hands and get that ball. I'll give him credit. He is focused on the fundamentals of defending with your feet. However, veterans that know that are going to expose Scottie Barnes repeatedly. It's a recurring theme where his defensive presence isn't actually doing much to help the Raptors. In the NBA, guys move without the basketball. You can't lose sight of your man. And if you want to be a great defender, you can't let guys go wherever they want to go on the offensive end. Will is there, but as he is today, Scottie Barnes cannot be guarding the best player on the court late in games. He's got to stop doing that thing where he's just standing there. It makes it very easy for guys to get open. I swear, it's almost like there's a little bit of a delay in his brain sometimes. Maybe it's just, the speed of the NBA game. In summary, I think the tools are there. However, don't ever tell me Scottie Barnes is a good defender. In summary, I think he's a good 3-and-D role player as a rookie. If you actually watch this entire video, drop a basketball emoji. Till next time, per sources, misses nothing.